Hello to all the parents of school-aged children on my timelines, my social media networks. We are waking up this morning to the first official day of homeschooling. Probably something that's striking the fear into all of us as adults, and lots of you will soon know what it's like to be a teacher, but in your own home, which is very, very different. I've seen lots of people coming onto social media and providing help or services in whatever way they can during this coronavirus. So I thought that something I could do was probably do some kind of little tips for and advice for parents on how to effectively homeschool. And even if I can just share some of my knowledge or some of my experience in whatever way, shape or form, it might help some of you at home to get through the next few days, weeks and months, however long that may be. So the first thing I want to start with is routines and habits. Now, as humans, we are all creatures of habit. We all like to know what we're doing this hour, next hour, or what today, tomorrow. And it's no different for our students and our children. So one thing I would massively suggest is, as of Monday morning, make sure you stick to or create some real strong routines and habits. Now, the good thing is that our children have already had this really bred into them since the first day of school. They are used to doing things on the hour, every hour for a day. So you don't then have to necessarily develop this from scratch. Schools have been doing this with them for forever. So my advice would be to sit down with them this weekend and to co-construct some kind of a timetable or schedule where they know and you know what's going to happen, what they're going to do, how long they're going to do it for, and what they're expected, and having some kind of expectations of what's going to happen over the next few days and weeks. Your school may have already sent something home in terms of a schedule. If it's anything like the school that I work at, we've sent home a schedule of what they should be kind of doing every day to help parents be able to keep them on those routines. But it's now your job to make sure that happens and to really make sure that those routines are stuck. As habits, we all know that habits are easy to fall out of, but very, very difficult to pick back up. So try as best you can, as of Monday morning, to set off on the right foot, to keep those routines, to keep those habits, even things like body clock. We all know what it's like if we've been on holiday or end of the 6 weeks, trying to get back into that working body clock of what time you wake up, what time you go to bed. So stick to it. Even we're not saying necessarily, I'm not saying you have to get up kids have to be up at 7 o'clock and dressed and changed ready for the normal school day. But if it's the case that you want them to, they're going to get up at 9, they're going to start working at 10, do that. Sit down with them and tell them. So it makes it so much easier for you that you don't have to battle with them and say, right, come on, you need to start at some point. If everyone in the house knows that work starts at 10 and you're going to do it across the day for however long and whatever blocks, and in another video, I'll talk about that, about how long maybe you should be expecting them to work for and adding breaks in. But just for the time being, making sure that there's a definite start time and you're going to have lunch at this time and then they're going to have a break at this time. Really easy and stick to it. You're the adult in the house, stick to it and really make sure that you can use routines and habits to work for you as the adult in the house and not then having some kind of battle over every single hour trying to work out what they're doing when they're doing it. Maybe even construct a timetable, stick it on the fridge. This is when we're doing things. This is what today's going to look like, or this is what this week's going to look like. Simple things that students are already well aware of. They do them every single day in school. So for the next few days and weeks, keep it the same, makes it real easy. I'll be checking back in with you and doing some regular little advice and tips throughout the next few days and weeks, depending how long we're in this position for. But stick to it. Good luck, and we can do this.